Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ryan. Welcome back to Soma and episode 6 of our blind playthrough. We are here at Delta, where we have just figured out how to get a ride on we're hitchhiking, a ride on a Zeppelin. We're headed to Theta, and we've got an Omni tool here to take us there. So let's do it without further ado.
Calm down. We're safe.
Oh, it's really disconcerting popping in and out of existence like that.
I bet.
Where are we now?
Delta. At least that's what you said before the crash.
Oh, right. Of course. Is this a Zeppelin?
Appropriately named. You think you can get us to Theta?
It's a cargo transport. They use them for moving materials between the sites, anything that's too big for the shuttles. I'm sure it can carry us.
Yeah, you're really small, and
I want to work. Come on. Oh, the tool chip is bust.
Isn't that part of the Omni tool?
Look who's been paying attention.
We had to deal with that back at Upsilon.
Then you know how it works. We need to get a new tool chip and switch it.
Care to point me in the direction of the closest tool chip storage?
I think it would be easier to just take one from a robot.
What? Just knock a robot over the head and steal their chips?
No.
The toolbox over there says it has a stun baton. You could use that.
Come on. I don't want to hurt anyone. Isn't this a bit much?
It's just a robot, Simon.
We're just robots. Sort of. I'll get us a chip.
Son of a bitch. Stun baton? Oh, baby. I have a weapon, finally. I should have figured that there wouldn't be
Guess I have no choice.
a way to exit this world without, this place without creating some pain or making some sort of decision.
I feel awful.
The robots only appear intelligent. They're much more like dogs than humans.
I wouldn't hit a dog.
Sorry, poor choice of words.
I don't want to hurt anything.
Well, we need a tool chip or we're stuck here.
Oh, boy. Catherine, I don't have to say how... I barely need to express how flimsy your argument about why hurting a robot that's barely like a human might mean... but why that has, like, basically no legs to stand on. Okay. So, here's my immediate thought. No, because okay. We really are going to get into the philosophy of ethics today, aren't we? No, because I have named you, and the thing about naming something is that it gives it agency and it gives us a connection and a sympathetic connection, and I've named you. And so I really feel like, and also you've helped me, which, because I am not a purely logical and rational being, because you have helped me, I want to help you. Even if you wouldn't care, like even if you wouldn't feel, wouldn't care, wouldn't know that I chose to hurt you, it still, or wouldn't have a chance to hurt me back, it still feels wrong. That's all that said, there's still a chance you might hurt. There's still a chance you might feel. I have really no idea what it's like inside of your consciousness. And yet here I am, having to make decisions about ending it. If you don't see the similarities to, my stomach hurts. In every part of our own lives, I'm a meat eater. Does it take life to create those meals that I eat? It sure does. Am I intimately involved in the ending of that life? No, I'm not. Our AI in 2024 is pretty damn bad. But what about in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? Will it have the capacity to feel sadness about the ending of about the shutting down of its servers? Will it feel capable of? Will it feel? These words are approximations for what we actually mean, aren't they? Will it feel anything? Will it think anything? Will it have a conscious thought about? Will it be able to think a sad thought about the ending of its server or the changing of its programming? Are we really smart enough to play? Are we really smart enough to play God and edit the parts of its existence out? I could go for hours. Oh boy. Not with any answers. And frankly, not with any expertise either. Just with a whole bunch of worry. We have found ourselves as humans in such a fraught time.
Yeah? You put in a good word for me? I'm not sure that's a good thing. Nah, I'm just messing with you.
So I think our three options here are Discord bot. Actually, I think Discord bot is dead. I don't remember if they were alive or dead in the last episode. Right over here somewhere. Did you move the Carthage casing? We need to test it before we leave. We've got Kate. We've got this one who there's a human consciousness trapped inside of there or stored inside of there.
You can really tell when Astrid is off platform. This place turns into such a locker room. Not in a good way, either.
I think that's a comment about how men and women keep things less clean. Less clean. I think that's what they mean.
I don't know, man. I just say we can keep things classy even when women aren't around. You know?
There's potentially one other option, but I think honestly...
Yeah. You're so full of shit, Brandon.
The thing that makes the most sense
manager Alice Coster shows up.
is here. Because, in my mind, and the reason I'm taking a second to talk about this, by the way, is that the game wants you to think about it. The game, and here's my, let me cite the source. Let me do some close reading and point to the text to show you where. The game gives you knowledge about these different robot types and the intelligences they have on board, what they're classified as, do they need remote piloted? The game wants you to think about this. And here's why I'm probably going to choose this one. I don't know that it's the right choice or the kind choice, but we have basically a human level consciousness inside of this one and less than a less than human intelligence inside of Kate. In that way, if you just look at it from that angle, wouldn't it be worse to end this one's, to remove the chip and potentially end this one's existence? Yes. I mean, hypothetically, yes, right? Like the higher form of life may, hypothetically, oh, this is such a web and a mess of philosophy, and I love it. Hypothetically, the higher level of intelligence, the higher level of expression and feeling and capacity for engaging with the world, hypothetically, you could make the argument that that is a little bit more precious and therefore is a little bit more worth saving if in the trolley problem, I know that's an incorrect use of the phrase, in the trolley problem that we're faced with here, you might choose to send the trolley for the less intelligent being, right? Is that a problematic way of thinking? Abso-fucking-lutely it is. Abso-fucking-lutely. I'm aware. But oh boy, this whole problem is a problem. This whole situation is a problem. But here's the thing. I don't think that this consciousness chose to exist in this way. And I really don't think... This next one, I'm not sure it's important. I don't think this consciousness is aware of the reality of its existence. I think it thinks it's a human. It is not aware that it's inside of a robot's body. I think Carl-esque, this robot is not aware that it's a robot. And therefore... The flimsy argument I'm building in my head, and I'm aware that it's flimsy, but I think it's still probably deep down, I really do think, gut level, that this is the right choice. Would I defend it in a court of law? Absolutely not. Because it is not aware of the nature of its existence, I think that makes it a little bit easier and a little bit more justifiable to snuff it out. Am I proud of that? No. Am I probably just using my justification machine, this lovely little thing encased in my skull, this rationalization machine that applies rationalization afterwards to the thing that I think I want to do on a gut level anyways? Am I just employing that? Probably, yeah. Oh, this is a mess. It's a beautiful mess. I was so... Now we have to take a step back, right? And talk about why this game is genius. 10 minutes ago, before I started this recording, I was unaware of the philosophical trap, conundrum, thought experiment I had walked myself into, which is that we have two different intelligences here. One of them, a little less intelligent, more sympathetic to me. It's been a helper. Frankly, it's been more useful to me if we're going to use cold language. The other one, thinking itself to be fully expressing and fully living its existence, but not actuality, but not actually doing that, at least as far as my limited understanding, at least as far as my limited understanding will go. Oh, it's a mess. We're going to kill this one who thinks it's a human, but isn't.
Oh, come on.
Nope, come back. Come back. Are you going to fight me? What's up? You good?
Brandon? You okay?
Here's the other thing, right? I think the ethical thing to do here is to stare head on, what we're doing. So I'm not going to just hit it a bunch of times and see what happens. I'm going to sit with the consequences of my actions, determine if I made the right call by... Let's hear what it says real quick. I don't want to torture the thing, but I want to hear what it says.
What the hell happened?
Can't tell if that sound indicates that it is actively in pain or if it's just sort of...
I don't get it. What was that?
Or if it's just sort of confuddled. Stuck on something. Okay, let's do it.
Stay down, Brandon. I'm not sure it's safe.
Okay, we are causing pain. Or at least the sensation of pain.
It hurts.
Come here, come here, come here, come here. Let's put it away. Please don't attack me. Can I kill it, please? I don't want to... Yeah, okay. I don't want to prolong its suffering. Well, that was sad as shit. I am glad it takes away our opportunity to do it again. Kate, do you judge me for what I just did?
This works.
Close the gap. Kate, do you judge me for what I just did? It kind of seems like you judge me. It kind of seems like you're like, I don't want to talk. That would be really sad if it judges me. Let's see if it does it again. It fears me. I'm 99% sure that what that means is that it fears me. Oh, I'm a fucking monster. Oh, that's so genius from the writers. And it makes me feel literally sick to my stomach. I think it fears me. Oh, fuck. Listen, I have to admire that. That's a brilliantly crafted decision. Damn.
Thanks, Simon. Don't be mad, okay? We really needed that chip. We'd be stuck here.
Could you do it? Kill a robot like that?
I get attached to them too. I'm not a monster. But in this case, it had to be done.
He was talking. I mean, he was delusional, but he seemed sincere. Present.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's fine.
Was he really that different from us? It's just beginning to sink in. I mean, really sink in. I'm a robot.
Didn't we cover this already?
Guess I've known ever since I woke up at Upsilon. I just keep suppressing it. Like my brain doesn't want me to think about it. It's really getting hard not to think about it.
Yeah. Could you maybe hit that switch over there so we could get moving?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Why might my computer, if Simon is a computer in this situation, a robot, why might Simon's intelligence not want to acknowledge that? Or why might it want to sweep that under the rug? Because I think intelligent life wants to be treated with dignity. And Simon knows, I think it's that Simon knows he lives in a world where he will receive less dignity if he is more robot-like and less fully human. Oh, I think it needs to go. I think it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyways. This whole thing that we just had, has like major philosophical ramifications for how we treat the elderly, how we treat the ill, how we treat other humans, let alone like how we meet the future, right? Like how we use AI, how we design AI, how we do or do not regulate AI. Um, like one of the reasons I'm so interested in this is, of course, like I'm 31 in the year 2024. God willing, I live long enough. I'll be living in a world where conversations like this regarding AI are going to be important. But I've lived for 31 years in a world where the way we treat humans mirrors this conversation we're having right here. Man, this game is good. We're gonna pull the trigger.
Thanks.
Catherine is so quick to dismiss, which I find it interesting because I would have guessed Catherine would be more concerned. Maybe Catherine too is vulnerable in the way that I'm vulnerable here as a potential robot. I wonder why. I wonder if she is not thinking about it or if she's hiding what she's thinking about it. I think it's also a little bit one cruelty of the how should I phrase this? One of the cruel things about considering things like this is that it makes life more difficult when you are
You're
considerate.
really good back there, Simon. We got
And-
a slight Delta detour, but we're back on track.
Yeah.
We should touch down on a cargo platform just outside Theta. Then we just head inside, grab the Dunbat, and head down the abyss. 4,000 meters. That's a long way. We don't have to worry though, because with the Dunbat, the Ark could have been in the Mariana Trench. It'll hold for anything.
That's great.
And then we can start listening to other people when they talk, because that's how conversations work.
What? Oh, sorry. I just can't stop thinking about what we've become. It's clear that we're no longer human. But then how can I feel like Simon? How can I feel like anything at all? I mean, technically, I don't
Identity.
have any ears, no mouth. Christ, that's a weird thing to think about. I mean, I'm making sounds. I'm still saying things.
You sure are. Okay. Your new body most likely has senses similar to those you had as a human. And your mind, only knowing one way to perceive the world, superimposes that skill set on top of your new features.
So my mind is covering it up, pretending nothing's different.
It's like your
If it didn't,
eyeballs.
You'd probably be incapable of interacting with the world at all.
We're actually seeing
And
the world
stress
upside
would
down.
either
Your
kill
brain
you
flips
or
it.
make you go insane.
So I've found a good balance between awareness and ignorance.
You found a
Does that
necessary
mean I
one.
shouldn't think about this stuff, or are my thoughts actually making me cope? Could I tip the balance by suddenly gaining some insight and go insane?
I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, we have real things to deal with. Saving mankind, remember? Speaking of which, we're closing in on Theta. I'll eject the Omnitool. As always, don't forget to take me with you.
Kath, before you go, the artificial intelligence you mentioned in the escape vessel,
Uh-huh, yeah, the Warden unit, the WOW.
is it the WOW's
Oh.
fault that we're like this? I mean, it seems like something an unreliable AI would do.
I suppose it set the ball in motion, but it's not directed with purpose. It's really complicated to explain how machines think, Simon. Concentrate on getting inside Theta, okay?
Okay,
See you soon.
I have a couple immediate thoughts. One, let me finish the thought I was having earlier. That was a really interesting conversation, and I want to say one more thing about it. Decisions are often made more difficult by being, or by attempting to be, considerate and accommodating and etc. I think it's worth doing things that way, right? Catherine is so like, we had to do it, and therefore it must be fine. I don't know that that logically follows. If we had to do it, is it therefore okay and right to do? I don't think that's necessarily that those two things are necessarily the same. Catherine doesn't want to dwell on that. Is dwelling on it better? I don't know. Does dwelling on it lead me to live a better life? That's what I was going to say right on this thing. And then we get over here, and Simon says something very parallel to that, which is my brain is coping, right? If you didn't, this is a thing that I think a lot of people know, but like where my brain goes is like the way our eyes work, the images that are fed into our eyes are actually upside down. But our brain does the important thing for proprioception and processing and flips it in our mind so that it faces the right way and we see the world, you know, in its current like alignment. Up is up, down is down. I think a similar thing is happening to Simon. If Simon actually has no mouth, ears, no beating heart, etc., it still sort of feels like my heart is beating in my ears when the machine, when the humanoid chases me. It feels like I'm talking through lips. Is my brain doing a necessary and good cover-up by making me think that I'm still making Simon think that Simon's still doing that? Or is my brain telling a hurtful lie? Is it good or not good to recognize the truth of what I am? I being Simon. I don't know. Oh, this might be the most philosophical episode yet. Holy crap. We're at Theta. We made it. We're going to go down 4,000 meters to find the Ark. We're going to hop into an abyss. But first, we need to check out what's going on here. Data buffer.
Strasky, wake up Dr. Masters. We're bringing in anchors.
What's wrong?
What can I say? He's had a rough day.
Jesus Christ. He's all butchered by structure shrapnel. The Wow sure did a number on him.
Brandon, flip the panic switch on the suit. I don't want to burn through the oxygen.
You're kidding, right? He's fucking hanging on by a thread. We need to move him.
Strasky, get the infirmary ready. We need to move fast.
Wait, where are Komorabi and the others?
This is all we got. I guess it's still at Delta.
I can't do this on my own. Grab the other side.
Strass, ready or not, we're coming in.
All right, see you soon.
Okay. A little bit of info there. Looks like there's another data buffer right here.
This thing on? Can everyone hear me?
Go ahead, Strom.
Listen up, all members of staff. The art project has caused a lot of arguments the last few months. I'm not going to pretend I understand what the hell Sarang talked about and how his continuity suddenly made sense to kill yourself. For the fucking love of God, or whatever you think is important, don't kill yourself. This place is miserable enough. Don't force your friends to clean up your blood.
Damn.
Rest in peace, all of you. Good?
Beautiful, sir. All right, everyone. Show's over. Get back to work.
Oh, if Ark works. If Ark works in a way, doesn't it make sense to end your current suffering and reality and enter and allow your consciousness the chance to exist in a different, better, more tailored reality? I don't know. My other question would be, if you're doing that, are you... That's a robot, and it's alive. Are you actually... Is it your consciousness, or is it a different one? Is it a copy of your consciousness? Like, you remember killing yourself? Do you remember the suffering of living in this place underneath the ocean, working your ass off and suffering here? Or are you sort of sacrificing... Do you even continue on in that situation? Or is a copy of you continuing on that you have no connection to? I have no idea. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Let's see what's going on here.
That's everything, right? Thank you, Catherine. Wait. Am I already here?
Catherine, by the way.
Hello?
Who is that? Mark?
No. We haven't met before.
Is this the Ark?
I think we're safe.
Oh, I was so worried something had gone wrong.
What's your name?
Robin Bass, Theta Field Service Technician.
Nice to meet you, Robin.
Okay, once again, we're always presented with the same option, which is end life or let it continue.
I don't
End
understand.
life or let it continue.
How did you get here?
I got scanned, like the others. And then I killed myself.
You remember
At
that?
least I think so. I can't remember that part.
How does that work? Did dying get you into the Ark?
Wow, you're definitely not from Theta. Let me guess, Omicron?
I mean, we have to talk about the obvious. I don't think I've mentioned it yet. The Ark being the vessel that takes you on to the other side of the apocalypse. We haven't talked about that yet, but that's also smart. That's a smart writing decision.
Wasn't sure Catherine would be able to scan you guys. You're lucky. There was a lot of talk about this at Theta. The idea is, when you're activated in the Ark, there's basically two of you, right? One human, one living scan in the Ark. You don't want your copy to survive you. You yourself want to survive on the Ark. If the human you dies before the scan is initiated, or closely after,
If the human, sorry, I have to slow down so that I can read that again. You don't want your copy to survive you. You yourself want to survive on the Ark. That makes sense to me. It's the problem I was just talking about. Like, does it really help me in this moment, in this body, in this consciousness, if a scan of my consciousness lives on this Ark? No, it doesn't. Does that help me? No. If the human you dies before the scan is initiated or closely after, you yourself would live on in the Ark. What does it mean before the scan is initiated? As in, like, you die and then they immediately bring, like, you're bleeding out on the floor and they immediately bring them the stuff in and they're like, scan, let's rip this consciousness, upload it to the Ark and call it good? I think that's what that means.
yourself would live on in the Ark. Amazing, right?
I don't know that it's amazing. I think it's weirdly supernatural and gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Did Catherine put you up to this? Killing yourself?
Catherine Chun? No. I don't think you understand. She just did scans and put them into the Ark. I hope I get to meet her soon so I can apologize. She always got into trouble with Strohmeyer when someone killed themselves.
I think she's okay with it.
Where is everyone? I thought there would be like 40 or 50 people here.
Here's the thing.
I don't know. I'll let you know if I see anyone.
Oh, this is sad. This is the thing I was talking around earlier. I was sort of avoiding saying it outright
Is this what it's
because
supposed to look like?
because it's sad and people have their own personal histories with this sort of thing. But this character and some of the characters we've met in this game remind me of patients, like older family members or patients with dementia, in that, like, they're in a different reality than the one we inhabit, or they can be. Like, this person believes they're on the Ark, and Simon in that moment of dialogue right there is saying, I know, is avoiding saying, hey, you're not on the Ark. Your plan didn't work. You killed yourself, and then the copy of your consciousness is also not the place you thought it would be. Yeah. Oh, it's sad.
Robin, I'm not sure how to say this.
What?
This is
Yeah?
pretty amazing, right? I mean, the Ark.
The Ark
It's
that we're
great.
definitely on.
Catherine and the guys have really pulled through. They saved us all.
Oh, that's so sad.
See you later.
Will do.
Yep. Okay. This one, and I mean, I think I maybe just have a different. I don't know what makes me, Ryan, the human, the person that I am. I don't know what makes me the way I am. But in this situation,
something different.
To me, the kindness is unplugging, and I don't know. I have no capacity to tell another person what decision they should make here.
I'm not the only one who got scanned.
But I can talk through why I might make this why I'm going to make this decision in 2 seconds, and why, hypothetically, if I were in this situation, I think it might make sense. To me, this person is living, Robin is living in a version of hell, whether or not they are entirely aware of it at this point. They believe they're one place, they're not. They're not actually seeing the reality around them. They're trapped, they're weak, and maybe most important, I don't know. And frankly, I don't know that they have the chance to make this decision for themselves. And so to me, the kindness is to...
It's different, though.
This game might make me entirely change my opinion on this. To me, the kindness here is to unplug. And I don't know that it's kind. I'm doubting that more and more every day.
I'll be going now.
Let me know if you find anyone else.
I'm not going to.
You good?
I think so. I feel fine.
Is it kind? You seem so happy. You seem so content with minor worries that are starting to sneak in. My worry is that if I don't unplug you, wow.
Maybe this is paradise.
I think I've come full circle. I just wavered for a while, and now I've come full circle. I have to unplug you. Because I don't know that you have the choice to make that choice for yourself. I wonder if you had all of the information and the capacity to think it through, that if you would make that decision for yourself. But either way, I think we're looking at a very real chance that for the next 1,000 years, you sit here going, well, it doesn't look like, but it must be paradise, right? It doesn't look right, but it must be, right?
Let me go.
Ah, shit. Oh, boy. This is a horror game, all right. This game is amazing. I feel like shit. Oh, boy.
I can figure this out.
Sorry, the controls are a little funky here. I need to twist first. Okay. Okay. Why is this blocked up so hard? Why have a security measure this strong? I mean, it's an amazing animation to look at, but why in world? So I know why the developers might have done it, because it looks dope, but why in world would you have a security system this strong? Turn my flashlight on. I'm not sure it's going to help much. Hi, Catherine. Oh, never mind. Not plugging you in. Never mind. We made it to Theta. Oh, is that moving? No. Okay. There is a camera system, though. In Theta, I'm going to have a lot of questions. What happened to Acres is one of them. Why the security is another. Let me write that down. The other thing is that I need to know more about Catherine, our Catherine. Is our Catherine the same as the Catherine who is catching a lot of flack? I think so, right? Why the security at Theta? Why is the WoW called the Warden? Like, why did they choose that name?
Hello? Anyone there?
Pathos 2 Theta.
Well, Catherine, we found Theta.
Yep. Hey, wet floor. That's funny. You have to admit that's very funny. Oh, Lord. It's a wet floor. It's also a bloody floor. That bombing tool? Give me 2 seconds. Let me do some other stuff first. That's nothing. I think we're probably going to eventually break in here, if I had to guess. So why not just do it now? Yep. Okay. Imagine if I did that and then the door just worked. Okay. Go swipe the Omni tool, see what happens. We probably need to upgrade our security level is probably what it's going to tell us. That seems to be the gameplay loop so far. Upgrade tool, upgrade security level. Yep. Okay. Here's the problem. I think we might be getting back to having an enemy. Having something chase us. We're back in a place. We're back inside. The security levels are higher. That screams to me of scary place, right?
We're here? We're here. Okay, great. Time to hijack ourselves a submarine. There will be nothing stopping us when we have the done that.
You guys sure have a lot of machines and vehicles down here. What makes this one so special?
It's the only transport that can go into the abyss without cracking like a can of soup.
If this is one of a kind, then how did they get the Ark down the abyss in the first place?
That's a good question. I suppose they did it the hard way and just walked.
Didn't realize that was an option. Kath, what's it like inside the Ark? Is it like a movie or virtual reality?
No, of course not. It's, like real life, but slightly better. Pleasant temperature, clean air, good weather.
So people in the Ark just walk around pretending it's the real world?
You don't have to pretend, it's perfectly immersive.
And it can just
There's that
sustain
word.
itself.
Yes, attached to a probe fueled by solar panels, it could survive for thousands of years.
That's amazing. Just thinking about the Earth being what it is and us setting out to save the final remains of humanity, it's
Heroic.
at least it feels worth doing.
Here we go. The Dunbat. Oh, damn it. I knew it was too good to be true.
What's wrong?
It's quarantined. Hold on. We
It
need
looks-
a security cipher.
How bad is it?
It's we don't write these things down type of bad.
Maybe someone's still around who can tell us what it is.
Sure, let's go with that. I'll just unlock the other doors for you so you can explore the station.
Oh, great. You unlocked doors? I'm sure nothing in this area is going to chase me down.
We need to find someone who knows the cipher. It's the only way to fire up the Dunbat.
Great.
Find someone who knows the security cipher.
Oh boy. Okay, can do. This looks like my desk. Remember my desk? They're definitely doing the parallel worlds type of thing. My desk in my office had 2 pieces of rolled up paper underneath it. I think from like a novel or like a some sort of project I was working on. Stress ball. Okay. This chair out of here. All right, what do we got here? Site status. All systems operational. Hull subcode is intact, 99%. Armor intact, 84%. Life support. Wow. Air clean. Air equals clean, medium. Temperature 13 degrees Celsius. Pressure 2.102 bar. That was in January of 2104. God, I wish I remembered what the date was right now, or I wish I knew. Because Acres was early 2104. Okay, there's 3 levels. Main level is where I am now. I came in one of the rooms. There's this room adjacent to it. I was just looking through this window. This is outside. This is something. Black box beacon. There's a bunch of them on... Oh, my God.
Looks like all your friends moved downstairs.
Why abandon the gate? And the habitat? That's so strange. I don't like this at all.
That's too many red things. It's also glitchy. The other thing I would say is, if this is the habitat, and they're not habitating it, inhabiting, does that make them less human? Staff. Emma Alvaro is an astrodynamics expert. We have Robin Bass, who I just saw, is deceased. That's true. They killed themselves. Catherine Chun is missing. I think they're inside of my Omni tool. But I don't know. We should write this question down. What fate befell human Cath? Because that will be a question that this level tackles. I'm guessing. This is January 1st, 2104. Some people are alive. Let's look for any other names we should know about. Some alive people. So we've got like 5 alive so far at this point. 6. Nope, we know that they're dead. So that's 5. Komorebi. Plenty missing, which is not necessarily dead, of course. Is Acres on this list? Acres is not on this list. Okay. Payload manager. Payload technician. Medical doctor. Tharong is deceased. This is the intelligence analyst, which makes sense from the dialogue earlier. Strasky. Strohmeyer. There's security. Wolchek we've heard about. Guests from Upsilon, Lambda, Delta. This person we heard about earlier, right? Jonesy? 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 Astrid we heard the name of. And this is me. Louise Murat. No. This is not me. This is the badge that I found early on. Or the Omni tool I found. Cool. Okay. Anything else? No. You have a map? Okay. I don't really know what it means. We got some graphs. This is the thing I was looking at earlier. That's probably the way down. Right? Like, that's probably the way to the abyss. Error. 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 Okay. Nothing in the lockers. Door's not working. Okay. Oh, this door works. Oh, that's the restroom door. Tried to go through the restroom door. Silly goose. Okay. Up here? Those motion sensor lights? Is that what happened? Oh boy. That looks like hell. That looks maybe worse. All right, we'll go back to the first one.
Why would they all leave this floor?
I don't get it either. It's like they all just cleared out.
This looks so menacing. Are you a camera? We're being watched. We're being watched in a way that none of the other bases have made us feel before. I don't know if I should be doing this. I never do.
What the hell are you doing?
I know it looks bad, but it makes me feel a lot better. Helps me focus.
That's... I mean, that's the wow you're hooking up to.
I need it, okay? I wouldn't have made it this far without it.
Let's just keep going.
Fuck me, dude. This game is reading my mind. I don't know if I should be doing... You shouldn't be doing this. Shit. This game is reading my mind.
What's so interesting downstairs? Just labs and offices. Maybe
I don't
the
know
shuttle
that
station.
it's interesting.
Check.
I think that it's
Got a bad feeling about this.
running from stuff. I may try and avoid the WoW from now on. You have a bad feeling about this? I have a terrible feeling about this. Okay. That music. Stop the music. Stop the music. Water. Okay. Just a bunch of tools and stuff in here. Nothing to worry about. Some leaking stuff, but no real story. Sort of a storage shed.
Maybe they wanted to keep close to the shuttle station in case something went wrong.
You're really stuck on that one.
I'm just worried about my colleagues.
You should... Oh, God damn it. My heart is beating in my chest again. I can't help but feel like you should be worried about me, not your colleagues. Right there. There's a shadow. Is that a shadow? Am I seeing things? Maybe. Like right there. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. The feeling I have in the pit of my stomach that this part of this station knows when I'm in an area. The killer in this horror movie knows where I am at all times. Oh, buddy. Give me some more options to run. The hell is that? A little red light. Is it a camera? Steam. Okay. 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 I'm so fucking scared. Son of a... A mirror. Wow. I wasn't expecting that. I love how the veil is lifted in that moment. All of a sudden, when my eyes move, it makes a little bit of a sound that I don't normally hear. as I move around right here. Here I sound human, I feel human, I look human, I breathe, right? When you're outside running in the water, like running all around on the ocean floor, you breathe. There's this heavy breathing. But here's the problem. They lift the veil. There might still be breath there. I can't tell. I think there's still a breathing sound for a second, but... Of course I have a flashlight on me at all times. Oh, they're toothbrushes. Okay. Oh, fucking shit. Oh boy, I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it. Let's just hang out here for a while. Let's hang out in the bathroom. Stop it with this music. I don't like the music. Music's creeping me out. Okay, nothing new here. Elevator shaft. It's been pried apart. And there's no elevator in it, that's for sure. This room's gonna scare me. Lights are gonna flicker? Maybe. Hey, Dean Masters? No. Okay. Guy Conrad. I can break these. I've done it before. Okay. There's still a room over there we need to look at. Oh, there's a light. Damn. Did I just hear something? Real space nerd. Okay. Okay. Got some stuff to look at on the wall over there. Real space nerd. What's this? Maser tool safety. Electric hazard, microwave radiation. Emitter and battery are hot. Don't look into the emitter. Okay, some sort of reference manual. Can I have the maser? I want a weapon. Okay. We're just looking. We're looking around. We're looking around. All right. This looks like it's inside the Ark. The photograph. Wisconsin Beaks. Okay. There's no alt text or anything. ST-77 Maser. Okay. Yeah, a real shame if something popped out and scared me right now. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. I got a fire extinguisher. I think it's gonna happen. That one's gonna work. If it's red, it's never gonna work, but I just like hitting it. Listen, sue me.
Hey, that's my room.
You want me to bring something? A souvenir?
No, it's just memories.
Catherine's room. I'm glad that we got prompted because I would have probably...
Your teddy bear could use some repairs.
Toby always breaks. He's top heavy, so he keeps falling over.
What does it say about Catherine that she has a teddy bear that's a cyborg?
I seriously doubt you'll find anything useful in there.
Well, I don't give a shit what you think. I'm gonna look anyways.
What's with the junk? Looks like something you'd fish out of the ocean.
Huh? Oh, you mean... Yeah, that's a part of Reed's vivarium. It's a long story. Forget it.
Reed's vivarium? That's your bra. If I pick up your bra, what happens? There's got to be
You don't have to search my room. We'll get by.
There's got to be a dialogue line for me picking up your bra, right? I'm sorry. I had to do it just for the dialogue line. I promise I'm not a weirdo. I'm not attracted to you, Catherine. I know, I keep saying it. The more I say it, the less true it sounds, but I swear. We're gonna look. Catherine, if this makes you feel weird, I'm sorry, but we're gonna look. We gotta find stuff
Maybe
here.
we should move on.
I hear ya, but I don't want to. Making me think maybe there's something to find here. Hairbrush. Little doll?
You have a lot of toys.
Come on, no need to go through all my stuff.
Oh yeah, big need. Big need. All kinds of need. I might find something. Stopsel? Yeah, I was like 100% this is tampons or something. Yep. Okay. Ah, interesting.
Simon, get out of my room already.
No, I don't want to. This, unfortunately, I am doing the thing I was just talking to you about, which is that,
Cool fan.
Thanks. Reminds me of Taipei, my hometown.
I'm doing the thing right now that I was commiserating with you about earlier, which is that you're so vulnerable because you're in my pocket. And that's, a weird power dynamic. Okay, let's read this. Now we're reading your mail. Journal, June 6th, 2103. Imogen Reed tested a machine today. It was clearly corrupted by WoW, but more importantly, it was assembled in a seemingly primitive way, like someone had specifically created it for WoW to steal. When activated, the machine mimicked the room and Reed along with it. At some point, she was scanned and then loaded as a simulation inside the digital space. The presentation shocked Reed. It was quickly terminated. It scares me how much it reminds me of my AR capsule. So let me get this straight. Reed tested a machine. It was clearly corrupted by WoW, but it was assembled in a primitive way created for WoW to steal. When activated, the machine mimicked the room and Reed along with it. At some point, she was scanned, then loaded as a simulation inside the digital space. So the machine just started being like, I'm Imogen Reed. Okay. It scared you. Of course it scared you. After dissecting the vivarium machine that Reed activated, Reed's vivarium, it's clear WoW copied my capsule project, the Ark, to construct the scene to hold the Reed simulation. It's actually very similar in its construction except for one point, where my capsule houses flat people constructed from model neurographs. The vivarium's brain scan lives on. It isn't limited by its content from the originating brain scan that Reed emerged. The Reed inside the vivarium was a perfect copy. The writing here is a little bit confusing in terms of clarity. I just want to make sure I get this right. Flat people constructed from model neurographs. The vivarium's brain scan lives on. It's not limited by its content from the originating brain scan. The read inside the vivarium is a perfect copy. I have it. I can save humanity. I can build an artificial reality capsule. So, Catherine's breakthrough moment comes from this vivarium idea. I can build an artificial reality capsule that can hold every living member of Pathos 2. I can't figure out how it worked with the vivarium, but I can replicate WoW's scanning technique using the pilot seats. They're already prepared with the type of electromagnetic drums needed. It was even easier than I thought. The pilot seats are already set to allow the diffraction and high energy needed to capture the scan. I suspect WoW has been using the seat to steal scans from us for a while. That explains the mockingbirds. What is a capital M? Mockingbird. And why does it have the name mocking in it? That makes me scared. The WoW must have stolen scans from people using the pilot seat. Used it as a basis for intelligence in the machines. With a surprisingly positive reaction from the team, we have now officially started the ARC project. We're to scan all the people we can find, load them into the capsule. Then we launch it into space using the space gun. It's nice to think something will live on like that. Mark Sarong killed himself after his scan. He's been suggesting everyone should kill themselves, as it would somehow allow them to actually get on the Ark. I'm not sure how that would work. It did trigger a lot of arguments among the staff, and apparently it's my fault somehow. Strommeyer is not happy with me. Hope it will calm down. The AR capsule. Richard gave me a set of AI templates I haven't seen before. Unfolded one of them to make a new friend for Capsule Catherine and her gang of legacies. New way to simulate turbulence makes the weather system so much better. Implemented Reed, which did not go well. New try with Reed. Reed won't play nicely with the others. She's too real. So inside of the AR capsule, you've got AI templates. You've got a capsule version of Catherine and legacies, aka other staff members. But then Reed is too real and won't play nicely. I'm so fucking creeped out right now. What did Catherine not want me to find in here? Probably that, right? Okay. This is a great place to call it. I have a major question on my mind, which is WTF. I got a lot of questions on my mind, which is mostly about the Ark, whether or not people could actually kill themselves and then seal their, seal their real selves into the machine, etc. Why isn't Reed playing nicely? I want to hear more about Reed's Vivarium, and more pressing than all of that is what we're learning right here has to do with what we're going to encounter a level below us. What monster we're going to encounter a level below us. What is that monster going to look like? I don't know. I'm scared. Sarang killed himself. That's dark as shit. I guess we could do one more. We could do one more room, right? Let's do one more room. Why is the music so sad? So dark. Okay. Is this a suicide note? I think it...
Did you know that the human body consists of up to 75 trillion individual cells? They typically don't stay with us till we die. Some live a few days, while others live a few years. We're not affected by their short lifespans, as they're replaced by new cells which help sustain our bodies. I don't think anyone would argue that we ever lose our persona due to this process. Yet we are clearly in a constant state of transformation.
Ship of Theseus?
Then how do we remain the same? A continuous flow of thought and perception keeps an unbroken chain of continuity that we know as our self.
Okay.
Our conscious mind is not the pattern of our brain, but a continuous emergent entity based on that pattern. When Dr. Chun populates the Ark, she is capturing a moment of our existence and placing it inside the digital world. Soon you and your digital you will grow apart due to diverging experiences, but for a tiny window, you are the very same. With unbroken continuity, it will live on. A fulfilling life, no doubt, no less real than the one from which it was plucked. Now remember, you are not your body. You are the emergent entity. That entity just happens to occupy 2 places at once for a while.
It's a super interesting
If
twist.
you took away your body, you would simply be the only one you can be. The you inside the Ark. Let your body die and continue on in the digital paradise among the stars.
It's interesting. It's a singularity moment, but with a major twist. Sure, you can upload your consciousness and continue living, or live forever, or live an idealized perfect life, but only if you end this body at the exact right moment. It also is, it does raise questions of like identity and like what makes you you, right? Like what makes this experience, what makes this experience of being inside of a brain that is inside of a body you? Sarong's like, hey, your cells live and die, but you continue on anyways, right? I mean, many of you probably know this, but like, it's way more complicated than that. Sure, some of your cells die and are replaced, but you've got mitochondria. You have RNA. I think it's RNA from other organisms inside of you right now, because your mitochondria, they're yours, but they weren't like, they're in a whole other organism. Like, my understanding and explanation of this is not going to be exactly correct, but basically, like, my understanding is that our mitochondria are sort of like, there is sort of leftover RNA in there that indicates that the very powerhouse of our cells were actually organisms that we, like, a long time ago, that we evolved to sort of work with in order to enable our life and to allow them to, you know, also thrive. Not to mention the insane amounts of gut bacteria, and like, the you that is you is partially your DNA and your cells that either live or die or get replaced, but it's also the millions, billions, trillions of gut bacteria inside of your gut right now that allow you to live and break things down. It's the mitochondria, which don't even share your DNA, or at least didn't used to. Like, you are so much more than you. You are so much more than your cells. Anyways, we're Frankenstein's monsters in some ways. Question mark, question mark, question mark? I don't know what that means. Arrow pointing left and then arrows pointing out. Okay. Okay. I should be checking the back of these. Question mark, question mark? This is Kim Lab. I think. X plus equals XO, something, something, something. Oh yeah, lots of equations. This is the thing I interact with, which I probably should not be interacting with. What else we got here? Equations, a graph. This right here has arrows pointing towards it and one arrow pointing out, right? That's very similar to like this area right here. Arrows pointing away. Arrows pointing away. Oh, this is pointed to that. I keep forgetting to check the back. Okay. Yikes. What's he reading? Pavlina Martinu. The nature of identity. It's the word I was just using. Identity. Questions about the self. Because here's the other part of it, right? You're made up of all these different organisms. You're made up of, like, the cells that enable you to live, some of which die, but you still continue on. Sarang's argument is that what makes you and your experience is basically the continuity of the, like, present, the continuity of the pattern-making machine up here. The like lived continued experience. And so if you interrupt that at the exact right moment, and there's a copy of you out there that has lived the exact same experience up to that point, then you would continue on. Another part of what makes you is, I mean, frankly, like we are also just partially the stories we tell about ourselves. Like we are the stories we tell about who we are. I am who I introduce myself as. Like I tell people I'm a dad now. I tell people I'm a husband. Like I tell people my name. That's a part of my identity. So much else. Questions about the self. Who are you? What does it mean to be human? Does your body or your surroundings confine or define you? All very difficult ideas to approach without having your questions be invalidated by the practical or mystified by the spiritually minded. In this book, professor of philosophy at the Charles University in Prague guides you through the history of great thinkers, what they have to say about identity. A little light reading before bed. Ooh, baby, a notebook. Okay. Confidential. Figure 15. It's got a glass ball. Okay. No, shit. Turn that off. I already heard it. Ah, shit. All right, well, we'll listen to it again real quick.
They typically don't stay with us till we die. Some live a few days, while others live a few years. We're not affected by their lifespans,
and then we need to read this thing.
By new cells, which help sustain our bodies.
In just a second. I don't know that Sarang particularly... Word and unit circuit map. I don't know that Sarang particularly convinces me, but it seems like he convinced a lot of people. I don't even know if he convinced Catherine, actually. I don't know if Catherine believes in what Sarang is selling. The brain. Oh, I can just stop it. Whoops. Dear friends, when you read this, I will have entered the Ark. As I've explained, this is accomplished by ceasing to live as your scan is being completed. My next question is this what happened with Reed? Or what happened with Reed? To not frighten Catherine, I will do this in secret by folding cyanide salts into chewing gum and placing it in my mouth before seeing her. When I hear her announce completion, I will bite down, quickly causing my own demise. The other question, hypothetically, does any of this apply to Simon in real life who just had a brain scan done? When you discover the truth behind my death, know there's no tragedy to mourn, for I am victorious. I advise you all to do the same. Join me inside the Ark. Sincerely, Mike Strong. Hypothetically, if Simon would have died shortly after that scan happened, right? Then he would continue on in another world. His full consciousness would be in another world, aka maybe this one, maybe inside of the Ark. Maybe this is the Ark. Maybe this is the method for how I got here. Simon got here. Oh, I didn't read this. Oh, thank God, I found another thing. Classified. Mark, the company is very pleased to hear about your success in making the WoW a station-wide presence. We trust that you appreciate what a unique opportunity this is, that you will do everything in your power to fully explore and understand this mystery. To do so, you'll need to ensure that Dr. Johann Ross is able to steer and study the WoW from Alpha without outside interference. In case of an emergency, you may direct Julia Dahl at Omicron to forcefully eliminate any opposition. Please make an effort to avoid extreme actions. The WoW is an important, costly affair. We hope to follow a steady development without setbacks. Supervisory board. I think we have an answer to what happened to Catherine. To what happened to the machine that Catherine found. There was a crudely made machine that WoW was supposed to be allowed to steal. That was most likely made by Sarong so that the supervisory board could get WoW everywhere. Here's my next question. Does the supervisory board exist, or is that WoW acting in WoW's best interests? Sending this letter saying, hey, do your thing, do whatever you got to do. Oh my god, there's more paper. Hamatsu board approval 218. Okay, I don't know. Hamatsu though. All right, we need to call it there. I've had way too much thinking for today. Strohmeyer. We'll continue on in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you're enjoying it. Oh boy, did we have a lot to chew on and think about today. So much to chew on and think about today. And we chewed on it and thought about it today in honor of one of our most recent Patreon supporters, Lorelei S. Thank you, Lorelei S., for the support over on Patreon. This episode goes out to you. If you're enjoying the series, don't forget to leave a like, and I'll see you again in a couple days with a whole new episode. Until then, bye-bye. I'm so creeped out. I'm going to be thinking about this for forever. Anyways, bye-bye.